What's good? What's good? This is the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing, coming back at y'all with another one with one of my freshly new segments. This is called My Thoughts, and I was so what? Let me explain my thoughts for a second. Normally, like when I do my thoughts for like my segment for my thoughts is normally something that's like a random topic, right? Like I just did one on Floyd Mayweather versus Sean Porter. This is going into the My Thoughts segment, and the reason why is because I wasn't really even finna do a video on this. We have Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia. That has been official. It's been officially announced for May 4th, and I wasn't gonna do a video on this because I didn't even think it was gonna happen. Based off of what Oscar De La Hoya says, but that just goes to, you cannot trust anything that goes on in boxing. So let me go ahead and speak on this or whatnot. It's no point of bashing it. It's no point of criticizing Canelo at this point because the fight is here. You know, I think I've stated numerous of times how I felt, who I felt deserved to fight with Canelo and why. So it's no point of bashing this. Because I will say this, you know, it still makes for an entertaining matchup and it still makes for a good fight, but this is not the fight. I just don't feel like Jaime Munguia has a legitimate chance or legitimate shot against Canelo Alvarez, even at this stage of Canelo's career. Now, it's up for Jaime Munguia to prove me wrong. But Jaime Munguia, who has the record of 43-0 with 34 knockouts, I believe, going up against Canelo Alvarez, who, what is he, like 60-2 with 39 knockouts or something like that. It's gonna make for a fun fight because Jaime Munguia is gonna be there to be, Jaime Munguia is he's not an out boxer at all. I mean, out of all the fights that we've seen with Jaime Munguia, like I first started watching or picking up on Jaime Munguia, I think like in 2016. But Jaime Munguia is not one to be an outboxer. So for sure, this fight will definitely be a lot more entertaining than what Jermell Charlo came and put up against Canelo Alvarez, right? So in the entertainment in the entertainment point of view, from the entertainment point of view, this fight is definitely gonna live up to the hype, and I have no doubt about that in my mind, right? But the problem is the competitive side of it. That's where things get a little tricky for me because Jaime Munguia has not really stepped up as far as levels is concerned. I'm gonna take it a step further and say I haven't even seen that much improvement from Jaime Munguia since we first seen, or not since we first seen, because obviously it has been some improvements there, but it hasn't been any improvements to make me feel like he is even on the level of a Canelo Alvarez. Right now, I think that Jaime Munguia is, I just think that Canelo is levels above Jaime Munguia, man. I really do. Jaime Munguia just moved up to 168 not too long ago. He is a come-forward fighter. The thing about Jaime Munguia is he throws everything hard, right? And I'm gonna tell you why that's a problem. Normally, for a guy that's not a fighter, they would think that was scary. They would take that as something scary. Oh, he throws everything hard, bro. This is gonna be a scary fight. But when you've been in there for so long, bro, when somebody throws everything hard, bro, it actually is easier. It actually makes it easier for you because they tend to throw things at the same speed, which means that you'll be able to get your timer down pretty quickly, right? And when they don't mix things up and throw everything hard, it's pretty easy to kind of get a feel for what they have. It's not like the fear of the unknown, because you know what to expect from them a lot easier than somebody who mixes things up. That's actually more scarier in my opinion. All right, so Jaime Munguia throws everything hard and is a come-forward fighter. That's the recipe for Canelo Alvarez. Now, Jaime Munguia has proven to have a good chin. I'm not going to sit here and take that away from Jaime Munguia, and he definitely has pop in his punch. Not going to take that away from Jaime Munguia. But the problem is Canelo has a great chin, and he definitely has pop in his punch as well. So chins will be tested. Now, Canelo has the better defense of Jaime Munguia. all around. Canelo has a better defense. He has the better head movement and a better upper body movement. Jaime Munguia is easy to be drawn into a firefight with his style. He comes forward, he throws everything hard. So it's easy to draw Jaime Munguia in a firefight. When we saw Jaime Munguia against Sergey Derevyanchenko was catching him with straight shots through down the pipe because his chin was right there to be hit. Through every exchange virtually, right? That's not going to be a good recipe when you're in there with a guy like Canelo Alvarez. Just being 100, just being honest. Canelo Alvarez is not one that you just want to come forward. I do believe that we'll see a more patient, a little bit cerebral Jaime Munguia, but not by a lot. It's only going to be a matter of time before Jaime Munguia shows who he is in this fight, right? Also, Jaime Munguia cannot fight going back. I do believe Canelo Alvarez will be pushing Jaime Munguia back. Initially, because Canelo Alvarez can fight going backwards a lot better than what Jaime Munguia can do. I think we'll see Canelo Alvarez kind of move around a little bit in the first round, right? Maybe even like I don't know even if it'll be the entire first round, but I could see Canelo allowing Jaime to come forward, but then Canelo, inserting his dominance on Jaime. It's not gonna take long at all. And I see him pushing Jaime Munguia back. And once he pushes Jaime Munguia back, that's where we're really gonna see what Jaime Munguia is made out of. We're gonna see how much fight he has in him, and we're gonna see what type of chin he has, because he's definitely gonna get hit. Now, again, Jaime Munguia does have a good chin. It's kind of hard to tell how good his chin is because, I feel like, I feel like Jaime Munguia is virtually, it's almost like he's skipping a grade, right? He's been fighting, who did he fight? Oh, he fought John Ryder. And he did stop John Ryder. I give him that. John Ryder also was in there with Canelo Alvarez and went the distance with Canelo Alvarez. So they definitely got a selling point at this fight, right? But nobody thinks of John Ryder as a top guy, right? I think it's almost like, to me, Jaime Munguia is skipping a grade and coming straight up to Canelo Alvarez, where he's been fighting guys like, I get John Ryder, who definitely was far beyond a decline. Sergey Derevyanchenko, far beyond a decline. And Sergey Derevyanchenko gave Jaime Munguia a very good fight, right? I just don't think Jaime Munguia is on this level. And again, it's up for Jaime Munguia to prove me wrong at that, because I could be wrong, right? But I don't think that Jaime Munguia has had the necessary preparation for this type of fight. I would love to see Jaime Munguia in there with a Jermall Charlo first, beat Jermall Charlo, beat Edgar Berlanga, and then step up to a Canelo Alvarez fight. I would be more confident in him. But coming from John Ryder to a Canelo Alvarez, or coming from a Sergey Derevyanchenko to a Canelo Alvarez, I don't think that those are the type of fights to prepare you for something like a Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? I would even love him to fight David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez is a level above him, but I think that would have made for a great fight, at least before fighting Canelo Alvarez. But it is what it is. The fight is here. It makes if it makes dollars, it makes sense. So I get it. I understand what they're gonna do, and I understand how they're gonna sell this fight. Again, Canelo Alvarez went the distance with John Ryder, and Jaime Munguia stopped John Ryder. So I understand the selling point of this fight. You have two Mexicans on a Mexican holiday. It does make perfect sense. Now, I believe the fight is on Amazon Prime, but it does make perfect sense. It's not a bad fight either. Everybody knows the fight that I want, but it's not a bad fight either. So, I hope they dress the undercard up very nice. And, it's going to be an entertaining fight while it lasts. I think Jaime Munguia is we're gonna really get to see who Jaime Munguia is as a fighter. And maybe, who knows, maybe he takes the torch away from Canelo Alvarez. Maybe the torch is passed. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?